Good evening, everybody. Got my PUMA Pro Flight Control trainer system all set up. Just playing around with the aircraft. Got into one of my faves here, the Bell, and just trying to get the feel of everything. I went in and made some adjustments to the stability augmentation of X-plane, put everything, where was it? 80%, so I can fly without stability augmentation system on the helicopter. I can fly with it being off and have fairly good control. So I'm just playing around with sensitivity. I've got everything set in the proper position. So we're learning to do lifts, precise lifts, because there is no centering point on this cyclic. So you got to kind of lift and see what the aircraft's going to do, and then counter it real quick and then pop it up in the air. It's actually quite nice to fly it. The 80% augmentation stabilizes out everything very, very well. So this PUMA is so sensitive that it's almost unflyable with stability augmentation all the way to zero. It's just all over the place. Trying to counter. I guess I'm just not that good a pilot. So I'm just kind of getting things set in place. I've made adjustments to my rudders to have about the same amount of pressure that I have on the cyclic and the collective. Let him do what he's going to do. We'll go in there and try to put it on his deck again. So the collective works a lot better too than just a regular throttle quadrant, due to the fact that you can have hardly any pressure or resistance, but yet it'll hold its position, and you can just lightly touch it and get it to react, so you're not back and forth, it's just a smoother motion. Well worth the money. It's just me taking my time. I'm so used to having to fight the stick so much, it's just a habit, and I'm trying to just get the feeling. It's almost like having a joystick without any spring in it whatsoever, except when you get it off to the side a little bit, it'll stay in position. It's really, really nice. Really good vertigo. So I know a lot of guys say, you know, flying it real with the augmentation in, but I'll tell you what, it sure takes the hassle out of things and makes it fun instead of just a fight. So let's peel off this guy. We'll go back to the island and get into some forward flight. Pulling a heck of a lot of power here. Dip that nose and gain some speed. Alright, so I can put the cyclic. I don't need trim whatsoever. Because I can put the cyclic where I want it and hold it there, and then just slight adjustments to the controls to kind of stabilize where I want to be. There's our runway, so we want to start dropping. This is where I struggled mainly, is descending while slowing down to come in to a good zip line to my landing point. Right there at the end when I really got to pull power. Break into hover. That's a challenge. We've got a helipad right down there at the end of the apron. There's where we transition. Right there, pull the power, nice and smoothing out. Slow her down, stop from climbing. Ride the zip line down to the yellow pad. That's where I struggle the most, right through here. Coming into the hover. Nice. That's the PUMA PUMA Pro Flight Trainer. Now what I've done, I've got Brunner rudder pedals, force feedback. Way far better than non-feedback rudders. So I can adjust the amount of pressure, I can get a tiny amount of vibration through them, and when I hit landings hard I get a pretty good jolt through them. So I've terminated the rudders off this thing, and it's worked out. Now, so here's where I'm got to relearn liftoff. We're going to raise the collective, see which way the bird wants to go, and then try to catch it and pop her into the air. Hold position. I got a lot of lift pedal. See if we can start. Easing down those skis. There we go. Do it again. Pulling power. See what's going to happen. Wants to go backwards. Caught it. Get stable. We'll do a pedal turn. Now this is next to impossible to do without that augmentation set lower. It just calms the aircraft down. That's what it does. Do a right pedal turn. Trying to practice keeping over my center spot best I can. It's not easy. Big drift on this one. Hovering is not easy. We can do another right pedal turn. But with the ability to have these controls, just such a feathery touch is all the world in the different. All the world there. I mean, it is smooth. We'll quit trying to worry about things, and we'll just kind of hover. Just feel the aircraft. I'm just moving this cyclic fractions. Just sideways jog. Stop it. Now I'm getting 2 or 3 of the helicopters smoothed out to this point, which makes them fun to fly because you can enjoy the ride more than have to fight for the ride. So we can just do a low hover. We'll try to keep our speed low. Go back to some of the basics. Walking pace. Now this thing kind of drags its tail low, so you got to get a little higher because those back skids are right off the ground and you can bump them pretty easy. So if you get too low, you're going to rub. I don't even know what the wind's doing. There's some wind socks around here. It's not real bad. It is kind of deceiving because this is kind of taxing uphill there at that point, and then we turn the runway and that's downhill. Yep, there was a touch. If I can hold the number 10 here. I like it. I can just set her down. See, that's the back touching right there. Right there. Front skid's still up, so ease her down. Finally, I'll be able to smooth out some landings. So then I come over here and put on the SAS system. You really go to town. That's just almost like being on autopilot. Go to lift. Catch it. Stabilize it. Thinking about it too much. Should cast my eyes up further instead of looking down at that 10. I should be looking down that runway. Get her stable, ease her down. Set her. Seated. Alright, back up. Pulling power. Alright, let's do a roll. Come back, put her on the yellow pad right there. Could be doing better with stability off. car with it off. Pull bar. So I catch that windsock. There it is. It's blowing from my back. I should be landing opposite what I am right here. So let's do a pedal turn. Let's be right in here. That puts us into the wind. Alright, let's go take her to TNCM. Cool looking. Alright, we'll see how she does in straight flight. It's only about 5 minutes over there. Pull some power up. I exceeded my torque. Marked it. Alright, so the trim's all here and everything. Haven't messed with it much, hadn't really needed it. Put the nose down and then smooth her out best we can. Not using any trim at all. Natural movement of the helicopter in the wind. This is relaxing helicopter flight here. It's not very stressful at all. And we know where the helicopter pad is over here at Princess Juliana. We're at about our top cruising speed, about 125, 130. 92% torque. So I'm jumping in on my helicopters and trying to get them where they're flyable with new controls. Comfortable and stable. I'm not going to fight them. I'm going to get them like this and just where I can handle them well and enjoy. I was real glad that the frame of the PUMA fit right to my platform. I didn't have to do any cutting whatsoever. I just disassembled the rudder pedals, left intact the center bolt that goes across the pedals through the frame. That no need to take it apart, but the pedals just came off real easy. We'll just stick the parts on the shelf. They gave me a shunt to put onto the circuit board, said it would run better with the shunt in there since the rudder pedals were not plugged in. There's probably about 10 or so wires to hook up on the circuit board. Wasn't no big deal. They had good instructions. I think the hardest part was just placing it on the platform and then making adjustments, getting everything in the right position, but I've got that done. There's our airport. We'll start dropping her down. Slowing her down. Right on the edge of that apron is our helipad. There's some light posts right there on the side of it. We'll come in right between them. Hopefully they got a hole in there for us. Light right pedal. Yeah, it looks like 2 slots. transition into hover. There's our light posts. Like we're nosed into the wind. Over the fence. Oh, you kidding me? Oh, you kidding me? You're killing me. You are killing me. Alright. So we'll just come over. Not gonna land on him. We'll just move over this way. It's just me and jitteriness. Nice. Roll off the throttle. Nice. Silence the horn. He parked up on the line. I parked back on the line. Oh well. Helicopter action. Love it.